What's going on, everyone? So, this upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer, you're going to see a very similar plot. It is following the plot of the original, where a group of kids, this time, run somebody off the road rather than hitting them with the car. Running them off the road, they hit the center divide, it breaks, they go down the mountain, and then you have the shot. And then also in the trailer, you see them all kind of stand around looking at what they just did, right? So that is going to be the setup. Now, one of the things that I love about this upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer that I really want to see them lean into is the mystery of how does everything unfold after that. Yes, you're using the same setup plot, but that doesn't mean you have to make the same film. I really hope they don't do that. I really hope that it's not like that person just comes back for revenge and it's just like, okay, we're just doing I Know What You Did Last Summer again, right? Like, you did it in the series, you did it in the original, right? Like, but this is supposed to be a sequel, right? This is supposed to be a continued story, right? You got Julie and Ray in this film, right? Like, I don't want to see them go in a different direction, right? So keep the mystery. I loved in the trailer, they didn't show any signs of who the killer is or what the killer is, right? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Right? Like, how are they approaching this? Right? No, gloves, just dark void, right? Don't get nothing. I love that. Keep that element, keep the mystery, keep it intact, right? But how are they going to unfold with the killer, right? Because there has to be motive and reason about it. Now, you could go the route that I talked about where, the person just comes back for revenge. One proposed idea that I threw out was, maybe going like they ran a kid off the road, mother and father want revenge, right? Mother and father are like, you killed our child, killed our baby, so we're just going to take all of you out now. And, Julie and Ray get involved, and so they become targets because they inserted themselves in the situation. It's like, we didn't want to kill you, but we have no choice. You're here now, right? Type thing. So I think that that's an approach that they can have. But one of the things that they tried to do in the original I Know What You Did Last Summer was make you believe that it was one of the core characters, right? That it was, Ray or, the estranged, stalker, or, like that they tried to make it seem like it wasn't what we all knew it was, right? Especially if you're old enough to remember the original, like, promotion and advertisement and stuff like that, right? Like, they told you what it was, right? Which is why I've always thought it was funny. Like, when you got to the film, it was like they tried to make it this mystery, and it was like, we all know how it goes. I mean, also, if you just read book, right? Like, you know how it goes, right? Like, so it's just like, it was one of those things where it was like, all right, so they're trying to throw us off, but again, we know how this goes. Anyway, this time though, I do think that they could go like a friend group route. And I actually think that can make a lot of sense, right? So you're going to have, like a handful of friends. It's not just 4 people. It's like 6 or 7 this time, right? Like, so you have a new group of friends, and, they took somebody off. They never found out who did it, who ran them off the road, or they just thought that they were, maybe they had a little bit of liquid courage in them and ran off the road, and they just thought that's what happened, right? Boom. Easy. Everyone gets off scot-free. And now killer, year later, shows up, starts picking them off. I don't hate the idea of just like, what we did ruined my life, and so I'm taking you all out because I want you all to deal with what I've dealt. Like, one of the friends just snaps, and you have somebody in the friend group that just loses it and just starts picking off all the friends. And I think you have an easy, inherent, built-in motive, right? Of like, like, we did this that night. I wanted to call the cops. I didn't want to have to live with this secret my entire life. And after that, I spiraled. I got, on drugs and this, that, and the other. And, it ruined my life because you guys made me keep this secret, right? Like, you guys put me in that position, right? I wasn't driving. I wasn't being obnoxious. I wasn't whatever, right? Like, but no, you all had to keep this a secret. And you guys told me that you were going to blame me or whatever, right? Like, and so you guys aren't my friends type. Like, you can easily set up and build that up. And then now you have the friend that's just taking them all out, right? And now you kind of have that mystery, that whodunit element where it's like, is it the friend group? Are they going to go the original route? Is it like, like I said, a family member? Is it, something entirely different? Is it like the random deputy that like looked at them weird at one point, right? Like, what is it? What's going on here? How is this becoming a thing, right? So I do think that is a unique approach, right? To where you kind of turn it into a real whodunit slasher mystery, but we already have our pre-programmed ideas based on the previous installments, right? Like, and I still Know What You Did Last Summer. It was somebody part of the friend group who was the son of the kid, right? You could even do the brother route, right? Maybe, you know, it was the person they killed was the brother or something like that, right? And, you know, which, I mean, well, no, I mean, you could do it because we don't know anything about it, right? Maybe one of the kids is like, that's my brother's car type thing, right? Like, what are we doing? And everyone's like, no, we can't say anything. Like, you were a part of this too. You want to go to prison for, you know, killing your brother type thing, right? Like, you know, do you want your parents to lose both kids type thing? They kind of talk them and manipulate them into like, yeah, sure. Like, I didn't know anything. And that could also add more sort of gravitas to why he's doing what he's doing. You know, I contributed to my brother's death. You guys made me keep it a secret when I wanted to tell everybody. I lost my way, went off the rails, right? To mask all of my, you know, just demons that are going on up here. And now we're all back here. So now's my chance to pick you all off, right? I think that could be a good approach. I think that could be an interesting kind of way to go about this and, you know, tell an interesting story, right? Whatever they end up doing, like I said, I want them to lean into the mystery and creatives, right? I don't want an I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, right? I want this to be what it's supposed to be, which is a continued sequel, right? Like, again, it's one thing to use the same plot, same premise to set up and establish the film. It's another thing to just, like, everything's the same. It's just like, there's just more characters this time, right? I'd like there to be at least some change, right? Like I said, a mother and father route, or, you know, somebody in the friend group or whatever, right? I don't want it to be some like random person again. Like the original, it worked because the whole film was about trying to figure out who Ben Willis was, right? So of course we didn't know what he looked like and who he was because, again, the whole film was about trying to dig up that mystery to find out who that guy was. So if we saw and knew who he was from the beginning, then, you know, it takes away some of that mystery, some of those elements. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts at opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Phil, what are your thoughts? Agree with me, disagree with me, kind of mixed in the middle. How I feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.